Hello-
Ditto.
Ditto, welcome to the podcast.
Sorry about that.
Oh, Frank, it's you.
Yeah, well, look, I'm sorry. He
Not gonna
he
lie,
can't control himself.
I was pretty
He likes to
excited
be
about
other people.
I was pretty excited about talking to Ditto for an hour or so, but hey, you'll do.
He doesn't say anything.
You'll do.
He just
That's
does
fine.
stuff.
I can handle that. I can handle that. All right, let's say a quick hello to the chat. Who's in the chat? Hello, hello, hello. Pokekai says finally Ditto is on. So look, there's a lot of people that wanted Ditto on.
Ditto maniacs.
We
Ditto
got.
heads.
Let's do a quick hello. All right, Kulchi, you're normally always in first, and I'm pretty disappointed that you're not. Gary's first in. Good to see you, Gary.
Gary.
Aaron's in. What's happening? Hey, Aaron. Pokekai in as always. Who else have we got? We've got TCG Sean. What's happening?
Sean!
TCG Sean. One of your rivals, Frank. One of your rivals.
Not my rival. Every time I see Sean, I have to say that really, really loud. I think it's because that one time that you posted, like you were doing a pack opening, and you got a really good card. And it was like Sean, like literally, I can't get it out of my head. Every time I see Sean.
Yeah,
hi,
I tend to just.
Sorry, Sean, and hi, Sean.
I tend to just roar the name if someone pulls it back.
I don't think there's a better way to do it.
I think I got it nailed. I think I got it down. Who else we got? We got YOLO Animations saying OMG hi.
OMG, totally high.
I was watching my Open Gem 3 packs. That's why I was like, Culture, that's unacceptable. I am your number one mate in the Pokemon space. Jamie Tierney says, bring back the Teddy Ditto. Can we get one more cameo from the Ditto? There we go. Well, it seemed a lot bigger. I guess it was a perspective.
Yeah. This is real size, life size, by the way.
That's like okay. So that's what Ditto's like in real life. I feel like Pokemon in the anime are portrayed very different than what they are in real life.
It's all about relativity and perspective,
That's
camera
true.
angles, lighting, makeup. Yeah,
That's true. That's true.
the behind the scenes.
All right, we got a couple more hellos. We got Migs. Evan is in. Welcome in. YOLO Animation said, you meet my friend. I don't know if I have met your friend or if I will meet your friend, but hello to your friend.
Hello.
Phantom Pulls, welcome in. Anthony, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. How does everyone know that? Gary! Yeah, I did that for Gary too. YOLO
It's a thing now. It's a thing now.
If I pull something for someone on my stream, I just shout their name as loud as I can.
Here's the thing, right? And I mean this. I don't think enough people get their names roared, right? And it's special. It really is. Have you ever had your name roared at you?
I mean, no, not in a Pokemon world. No.
And this is the point I'm making.
True. Maybe I got to make sure I keep doing it for everybody.
And yeah, but here's the thing.
Clip it so I have a lifetime moment.
I think what you should do is you should go back and you should edit all the times you've roared someone's name and just put it all in one video.
Just like a montage of me roaring names.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd watch that. Show.
Totally.
Actually, you know what? If we do a couple more box breaks this year, I'm definitely going to do that. I'm definitely going to.
You heard it, chat. Let's go. Box breaks. This guy. Get your name roared.
All right, a couple more hellos.
Caveat. Sorry, I know.
No, go.
It has to be earned, right? It can't be like it has to be earned.
They got to pull a banger, right?
It has to be a banger.
Yeah, it can't just be like an illustration, or it has to be a top banger. Yeah, got it. Has to be.
Good card.
Has to be. YOLO Animations, you met my friend Amber and gave her a shout out. Oh, you're Amber's friend. YOLO Animations, hello Amber's friend. Hello Amber, if Amber's watching.
Hello Amber and Amber's friend. I don't know any of you.
Amber's a sweet kid that came up to me at the Ireland card show, and we got a picture together. So,
lovely.
YOLO
Hi, Amber.
Animations is Amber's friend. Hello Amber, and hello Amber's friend. Conrad is in. Conrad pulled the two main Charizards from Phantasmal Flames on to give it away. Lol.
What?
Yeah. He was streaming on Whatnot and he gave away 2 free packs. One had the gold Charizard, one had the SIR from Phantasmal. You had to give them both away.
That is the saddest day.
Yeah. Pretty bad.
That is the saddest day.
Pretty bad. All right.
Oh.
I think we got everyone in. Bill, what's going on? Thanks for coming in. All right. We got, how many viewers we got? Let's start off with that. say thank you to everybody who's viewing. Frank, you've
Thank you.
attracted 16 people right now. That's impressive.
Wow, that's attractive.
That's impressive.
Call me the tractor beam.
All right, guys, welcome to episode 3 of Beyond the Packs podcast. We're here with Frank, aka DeckDex, a well-known vendor here in the Pokemon space in Ireland. Frank, aka DeckDex, thank you very much for joining us. I greatly appreciate it. How are we today?
Tired. Always tired.
How long did you work for today?
About 10 and a half hours. But look, it's worth it. They said it's worth it, so gotta keep going.
Because you got to come and be on the podcast with us today.
That's it. That's
so
it.
It was all worth it.
Gotta earn it.
All worth it. All worth it. It's the beard of hashtag Frank the Tank. Wow.
Hashtag Frank the Tank. That's right.
Frank
there must be a Frank the Tank follower out there.
Yeah.
That's me.
Aaron is a fan of Frank the Tank.
Hey, Aaron. Thank you.
First of all, you did tell me when we were testing our setup in advance that you did a 50-60 hour work week.
Yes.
And then
I have more work tomorrow, so it'll be another 5 hours tomorrow.
And then you're vending on Sunday, right?
This is how it's been for the last month. There's no rest for the wicked.
Have you got all your pricing done for the weekend?
We spaced it out. So I get home I leave at 5, and then I get home about 5, and then I have dinner with everyone. Then I put my daughter to bed on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay. And then Tuesday, Thursday, I coach baseball in Finglas. So then I'm out there pretty much. That's a quick turnaround. Right. So I got to be out there for 8 to 10. So I'm home by like 10, 10:30, probably closer to 10:30. And then I'm pretty much asleep, back to work. And then, so Tuesday and Thursday, I don't really get a lot of pricing done. Okay. Chloe does a good amount of pricing, my wife. You probably see her. If you go to the shows, that's Chloe. Feel free to say hi. She's very nice. Not a lot of people say hi to her.
Chloe's very friendly.
Nice. She's a lovely lady. And then, so Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are the pricing days normally, and we just kind of try and space it out evenly so we don't have too much, but yeah.
I think you might be the first vendor I've met that doesn't do pricing like a day or two before.
Well, let me tell you, right? Everything's good on like a plan and paper, and it doesn't always go that way. Like there's a lot of late nights, especially the closer it gets, where you're like, oh man, I have like 300 more cards to go through. All right, looks like it's an all-nighter. Let's go.
I can't even. No. I don't think I'll ever vend just because you said that specific point. No.
A lot of people don't get that. Like it's like sometimes, especially like particularly we try to be really like on point with the pricing. I know like some people, everybody, there's always going to be critics on pricing stuff, but like we try at least every week to go through the cards and make sure if they've gone up or they've gone down. Like obviously it's the market is so big that everything moves a lot and with trends and all that. So you have to stay pretty much on top of it all the time. Otherwise, like some cards might be selling for 15, but they've gone up to like 60. Right. And then some cards that are at like 30 or 40 might have gone down to like 5.
So you're consciously trying to keep on top of it.
Yeah. I mean, that's just what we are, and kind of like it's more of like a personal thing than anything else. Than
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair. And are you ready for this Sunday?
Kind of. I have my stack. It's been a long week. I still have my stack to go through, and it's all the vintage, the hard ones to kind of price and grade, where you have to like get out and look at all the corners and the edges. Then you have to find cards that kind of are like comparable with how they look.
Right.
With the edges, like you almost have to count how many like blemishes there are on the back of a card to make sure that it is exactly what it would be if somebody was to buy it online. So,
well, I mean, luckily no one is wasting your time on a Friday night, so you've got time to go over your prices, right?
No, definitely not. Definitely not anyone named Dean, at least.
Yeah,
definitely
listen, I appreciate you coming on. You've got the show at the weekend. I appreciate you coming on.
More than happy.
All right, perfect. So, guys, what we'll do is we'll chat away for a bit. I'll try keep an eye on the chat. Now and again, we'll take a bit of a break. We'll come to the chat. If we miss any of your questions or any of your funny comments, we will obviously have time at the end. So If we miss anything, just come back to us at the end. But I'll try catch a couple in between. Frank, I would love
Yes.
to officially start at the beginning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's the beginning?
So tell us about the day you were born. No, don't.
Ooh.
Right. So what I want to know first of all, and I'm probably going to start off on what I think is one of the most interesting things about you is your vintage, the huge amount of vintage cards that you have. Are they from the start or are they from now?
There from the start.
Okay, take it back because the majority of us who are 90s kids, we all mostly have the same story. We all collected. The cards went away. We never saw them again. They're worth millions. But you're one of the rare people that, if you're telling me the majority of the vintage stuff that you have is from when you were a kid, you got to tell me a bit. Then what? Go.
So, well, I've been collecting since it pretty much first came out. It wasn't necessarily even me that started it. My mom had to buy Pokemon packs for my cousin when it was first released. The base set was released, right? So she dragged us to a card store to get him cards. And I was like, I want some of these. Why are you just getting them for him? Give me some of them. It was like, I think it was like a birthday present or something like that. But they couldn't get them from where they were. Right. So she got me a pack. She got my brother a pack.
Just to jump in, where is this? Because people know you haven't got
Colorado.
an Irish accent, right? Colorado. Okay.
Yeah, Colorado. Do I not?
Just in case people thought like,
no way.
Southside Dublin, maybe.
Southside, yeah, absolutely.
Sorry, continue. Colorado, perfect.
Yeah, Colorado, the U.S. of A. Right, Loveland, Colorado is where I'm from. It's a small town north of Denver.
Beautiful. I know Denver.
That's it. Yes. So that's where I'm from. Yeah. So that first pack is where I got my Charizard from the first pack. And then
your first pack.
First pack, base set Charizard.
And do you still have that base set Charizard?
I do still have the base set Charizard.
Is that the one that you showed me at the card show?
No.
That's one of the base set Charizards.
That's one of them. I just recently got another one, so I now have 3 or 4.
Right, but your original one, first edition?
Yes, I'll never sell that. It's not first edition. No, it's not first
edition. Still, you pull that back in the day and you still have it.
Yep, still have it.
Yes.
Yeah. My mom's crazy in sometimes good ways. Like she'll come over to visit. They come over every like 3 months, 4 months, and like at first it was like, can you bring over the Pokemon cards? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have space. And it's like, can you bring over the Pokemon cards? Can you bring over the Pokemon cards? Can you bring over the Pokemon cards? Bring over the Pokemon cards. Right. It's like, finally she did. But yeah, it's been a long time. Like even like going in and out of the hobby in the States, like it was, I remember playing the game with my friends. We'd have Pokemon tournaments for birthdays with packs as prizes. And I think right around after Team Rocket, when it started getting into Neo, like all my friends kind of got out of it. Right. And so like I just kind of joined them with it. But I really wish I didn't. But yeah. And then I'd say like halfway through high school, like I just remember walking into a store and seeing Pokemon cards. I was like, oh, cool. Like, and I had some of my own money because I did my own like lawn mowing
right
for business stuff. I want to get some Pokemon cards, guys. I want to get some Pokemon cards. So I got some Pokemon cards, and I got more Pokemon cards, and that was kind of like early XY kind of Flash Fire, that kind of era.
Okay.
And I didn't honestly know what I was looking at because I was expecting the base set stuff, right? So because I hadn't made it through like all the mid era where it was kind of similar, but they were starting to do full art. So I was getting like these full art cards, and I was like, what is this? What am I looking at? I was like, is this because they also started adding the TCG cards as well.
Right.
So, and this is when the internet was not very good. It was still usable, but like you couldn't get the information as fast as you possibly could. Like even if you looked at like Pokemon cards, do you know how long it took to like try and price Pokemon cards up even back then?
I can't even imagine.
And yeah, so like the only one that I could find was like Professor Oak's, like on online, and it was, I remember messaging them being like, oh, I have Pokemon cards, like what are they worth? And they're like, oh, you have to email, like not even send a picture, you have to email. Right, this is way back when, right? You have to email the cards, and like we do this price for like bulk and stuff. And I was like, Mm, I'll probably hold on to him for a little bit, and then I disappeared out of it, and I actually didn't get back to Pokemon since like mid high school until I was in Ireland.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which
so I'm
was
so I moved over here in like 20, I think it was August 2016
right.
to do my master's in strength and conditioning. Not a flex, just a fact. Um,
Sure.
and so like while I was here, sometimes when you're away from home, I've been away from home like so it's not a big deal, but
Right.
you miss some stuff. And like I saw some Pokemon in the shop, and I was like, all right, why not? And it was just weird stuff, so I was like, okay, yeah. I think it was like Ancient Origins and Evolutions. I was really excited when I learned about Evolutions because like, oh, that's the 20th anniversary, totally. Like it's gonna be awesome. Like they're gonna have Charizards like the Charizard that I got, totally, yeah. And like I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
didn't really know about what full arts, but this was the second time I saw them because the first time when I got back into it, anytime I got a full art, I assumed it was a promo card that was
Right.
worthless, just like the scan thing for the online player game.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
would always throw them away.
You were throwing away full
What?
arts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looking back on it, I wish I had known more, but it was a simpler time, Dean. It was a simpler time. I was a simpler man. I was young. I was foolish,
Guys, if
and I
you're at a
threw
card
away full
show and you've
arts.
got some full arts, do not offer them to this man. Right?
Why? 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 For what reason?
Well,
Definitely
I
not
think
trying to like relive any trauma or anything like
you might also be the first
that.
person I've heard to, do the usual where you leave it as, you're getting into your teens and then we all kind of come back in now, but you came back in and then left and then come back in
Yeah,
again.
this is my fourth time getting back into it.
Fourth time getting back in. I've
Yeah,
never heard anyone with that kind of
because
story.
like every single time, like I just remember like the only times I would really get back into is when I was home from college, and I would just be bored. And I'm
Right.
like, Mom, where's my Pokemon stuff? And she'd be like, oh well, I kind of put it away here. I was like, Mom, you have to keep this. Remember, you have to keep this stuff. And she's like, oh yeah, I wouldn't throw it away. Nearly did at some point. Nearly get thrown away because she was doing a bit of a clear out. And
Right.
luckily, she called me first before she was like, "Oh, I'm doing a clear out of the all the toys." I was like, "Don't throw away the Pokemon." She's like, "Yeah, no, I want it. Don't throw away the Pokemon. Mom. Don't do it."
When you were telling your mother not to throw it away, was that because you thought it could be worth something, or just because you had a sentimental attachment to it, or
A bit of both. Bit of both. Like I'd say, like the really cards that I have sentimental attachment to. The Charizard, obviously, because that was the first card that I ever got that was super cool, and it's
right?
really cool. Um, and then I remember like Hitmonlee. I remember my neighbor across the street. She got that, and she was trying to trade the Charizard for that, and I hadn't ever gotten it, so I accidentally did. And then my mom made me go back and retrade it back.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Rightfully so. Rightfully
Yeah.
so.
Fair.
Yeah. Look, in fairness to her, like she was a huge driver. Like anything that we got into, she literally would push us into it more.
That's amazing.
So like, but the one thing I never did, but I kind of wanted to see like sneakily was probably like playing like the Pokemon card league stuff. But I
Okay.
just like my friends never did it, and I was also
Right.
kind of on that too young border where if I was like a young teenager, like a teenager in the middle of that, I probably would have done the Pokemon League, and like it probably would have kept me in it for longer. And then so that was like what, two times the middle between the two. Yes, the middle between the two. So
The middle between the
uh,
two.
when I was like 11, right, my uncle was a lawyer in North Dakota,
Okay.
and it's a small town, Minot, North Dakota. It's all the way. It's pretty much next to the Canadian border. It's very cold. Small town. There was a card shop there that I think it went under or something like that, and he helped the guy like kind of get out of all the like financial stuff when it comes to that. So he repaid him with the Pokemon stock that he had, and of course this was like maybe 2003, 2004. So like Pokemon was dead, or everybody thought it was dead at that point. So he didn't know, and he didn't want it. So he's like, "Oh, you used to like Pokemon cards, right?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Do you want all this stuff?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh,
So I opened a box of here. I'll show you.
oh
Yeah,
God. Oh my God.
Yeah, all the things that I shouldn't have done, I did.
No
Yeah.
way.
So, this is how like OCD my mom is. She kept the open box for some reason.
I mean, I'm grateful that she did.
Only to haunt me with the fact that I opened this. Right.
Oh my God, I'd pay for the box.
And like we
That's
have, and if anybody remembers like Burger King, right, the Pokemon stuff that they used to do, the promos where they used to like give Pokeballs out with the Burger King Happy Meals.
and you still have all them.
I still have all of these. I plan on bringing these to the Dublin Card Show next year. It's just like a when, you know what I mean? So I have all the toys in it too. So it'll be like mystery Pokeballs, so you can like see which Pokemon you get. You know, it's kind of fun. But yeah, so I opened a box of Neo. I opened a box of first edition Team Rocket. I opened half a box, like, and there was like an already open box, and half of it was Legendary Collections, and that's where I got my Legendary Collection Charizard was from that. And then,
Oh my God.
yeah, then there was Arceus, and then there was like pretty much all of the sets. So the dude like just had a bunch of stuff that he had just saved. Essentially, he just gave it to him, and that's what I opened.
And so you just got this. You just got this
Yeah.
big collection from a guy who shut down his TCG store.
Yep, pretty much.
You don't still have anything sealed, do you?
No.
No, I mean, still, like you.
I wish I did. I wish I did.
But you've pulled and still have some bangers, though, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Do
you want to see them?
I mean, are we going to start a new section here on the podcast called Show and Tell? I think this could be the debut. Yes.
I have it here.
We do want to.
I have it very close. I have them all very close.
I want to see your Legendary Collection Charizard.
We'll get there. Don't worry, we'll get there. So this is one of my favorites. I always have it on display. Can you see it, chat? Can you see it? Well, there we go. Hold it still.
Yeah, we can see it now. What's that?
Yeah,
from?
the gold. So this is a Burger King. There we go. Is that better? Does that help?
Yes.
No? I know there's glare.
Yeah, there. Perfect. Yeah.
Is that better? There.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's 23 karat gold. It's a 23 karat gold plate Charizard that Burger King handed out to children. Right? And then it has a Pokeball, and you can close the Pokeball, and it's shiny, and you open it up. Yeah. So I almost have them all. But that one was from my childhood too. And I have they also did like light up like display things where like you put it in, it like stands up and you flick it on. It's like a nightlight. They're like Pokemon cards, but they're like 3D and they're lightable. Yeah. So I have some of those too still. I know.
Wow.
It's really fun. Wow. Yeah, it's been fun because, you know, like I remember having them in my room and like it just kind of brings me back when you look at it. So after long days, it's nice to remember of simpler times.
Yeah, I would imagine. That's some crazy stuff. I'm gonna, before you show the binder real quick, I'm gonna just say hello to a couple more people in the chat. Let's see. Phantom Pulls was the same, collect as a kid, then got back into it in 2017 for a couple of years, left again and come back, so you're not the only one. Pokekai, I'm friends with a few mature students in my uni, and some have mentioned they have old Pokemon cards, they might be giving them to me. Please share.
Yes.
Please share.
Yes.
I was shocked to see the price of evolution packs in 2025 versus 2017. Yeah, ain't buying evolution packs right now. I
mean, you can if you really want to. You totally can.
I want to. I can't. I physically.
That's exactly it. It's actually financially not great to do that, unless you plan on keeping them.
No, as a collection piece maybe, but you ain't opening those packs now.
I mean, hardly even as a collection piece anymore. It's more investment piece, like long-term investment, like 401k, Pokemon
evolutions,
pension. Pokemon
evolutions. All right, quickly again. Albie is in. Albie, good to see you. Welcome in. They don't make stuff like that anymore. That's for sure. We got a lot of support for Show and Tell. We got a lot of support for your gold Charizard. One for every member of the audience. Is that something you could organize, Frank?
I'll tell you what. Right, if you watch this, right? If you watch this, no, you can't tell anybody about this. All right, that's the only thing.
Oh
If
God.
there's more than the amount of people that have watched this currently, how many people?
How many have we got in right now? We're at about 15, 16? 50,
Perfect.
15.
We'll say 16. We'll round up because
Right.
I'll give one to you. Right, 16 people that watch this. Right, if you're at the Dublin Card Show, those 16 people, I will give you a Pokeball. I won't tell you what's in it because I honestly won't know, but you'll have one. It's yours. Okay.
There you go, everybody. At the
Just
Dublin Card
simply for
Show.
having to sit through this because I know I can be a bit grating and I apologize. So this
No,
is
not at
fine.
all. Everybody, Dublin Card Show. Get up to Frank DeckDex. Get your free Pokeball from Burger King back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s.
Back in the 90s. YOLO Animations. I did already say hello, but hello again, Amber's friend. All right, let's jump back in. You were about to open your binder and dazzle us with some beauty. What have we got?
So it's been eaten into a little bit because I had it pretty full for a while, and then I was like, well, I don't think I should probably hold on to all of these because it's kind of crazy. So I've gotten rid of a lot of the things and I've whittled it down to my favorites.
Okay.
So the first page. Let me tilt this down. Give me a second. I know there's like the lights. There's lots of lights. Can you see that?
The lighting is a bit difficult, but am I seeing a big old Charizard page?
Let me see. Hold on. One more. Nope, that's worse. Let's dim that. Dim that. Turn off. Turn off. Listen to me. Obey me.
You're just making things worse.
Ah! There we go. Is that better?
It's a bit better, yeah.
A little better. Yeah.
We're a bit grainy, but we're good. We're good.
There we go.
Am I seeing 2 Mega Charizards right and left?
Yes, 2 Mega Charizards. Is that better?
Yeah, it's better. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, so the Mewtwo Charizard, the Golden Promo Charizard, the Golden Charizard, the what's that? Flashfire Mega Charizard, the Generations Mega Charizard with the blue one, the Rainbow Charizard from Burning Shadows, the Radiant Charizard from the Radiant Collection, the Charizard with the dude behind it, and they're both laughing, and then the Charizard V-Star. That's the first page, right? Then we go to page 2. See, is that any better? So all the legendary birds, Hollow, Haunter, first edition Hollow, Dragonite, Hollow, and then some Team Rocket cards that I think are cool. The eyes in the back of this are really sick. And then we get into this. Can you see that?
Yeah, see, you always get me with these at the card shows, and I'm always like, oh my God, I'm going to go broke.
This one is, so this Flareon, it's the error card that doesn't have the jungle symbol in it.
Yeah.
Yep. And then so all of the jungle, then Team Rocket first edition, so that they never came out with hollows for all the evolutions. And then all these are the promos for the evolutions. Yeah. I don't know if it's good. This is probably one of my favorite ones. I don't know if it's good.
Oh, what a piece. What a piece.
It's so cool. I know. I just like looking at them. I don't know why they make me feel so good inside, and it's probably concerning, but I'm not going to look into it too much. And then I have some like just vintage. These are like promos. Like I have a lot of these. I think I have about 6 of these left, and I think I have about 30 of these left.
Because I bought one from you.
Yeah, you definitely did. Thank you for getting some off my hands.
Thank you for trying.
Honestly,
I
really need to get rid. I really need to get rid of some of these because it's kind of it's not fair. And then first edition Team Rocket and some other Team Rocket stuff. Some cool trainers from the past, and over here we have my Misty page.
Beautiful.
These are all the Misty cards. There's 2 more Misty cards out there. I don't know what they are, but when I find them, they'll be in there. And then I have all my baby collection. I have a baby card collection from like Neo and stuff like that. Anytime I see a baby card, I throw it in. And then we get Charizards. So this is the legendary collection Charizard. This is the Team Rocket Dark Charizard, Team Rocket First Edition Dark Charizard.
I was going to say that's a first edition, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, absolutely. And then, so these are all my e-readers. I love the artwork from like the mid-era. So, and then at the bottom, they're all the Charizard, the Squirtle that's squirting water at the Pidgey, and all the other ones that are the same kind of artwork. And then this one. So
Celebrate.
it's all the celebrations, then all the base, and then all of the XY promos are down here.
That's your base set Charizard in the middle row.
Yes, this one.
Is that the one
Yes,
you
this
pulled when you were a kid?
it is. Yeah, and this one's my brother's, and
I
then
believe.
this one I have that as well. So I've had
What's the condition like on your base set Charizard?
this one from when I was a kid. I actually
Yeah.
had this in my deck, right? So I used to play with this, and like the hollows, okay, it's got some scratches on it.
Okay.
The back, I don't even know what it is on the back, but there's some whiting in the middle of it, and like so it's not the worst, but it's not the best.
That's not bad. That's really not too bad.
As long as the front's cool and it doesn't look painful, then I usually go with it. My Pikachu page of all the different Pikachus, the lightning bolt Pikachu, and then all the other cool Pikachu stuff. And then I got this one recently at the Emerald Card Show. It's probably one of my favorite cards. I love that card. That I've had that since my childhood. I saw all the Pokemon movies, so I have all the promos from the Pokemon movies. And then EV page. Weirdly enough, not a lot of really good EV cards. So these are all like XY promos. This one is really sneaky. And I don't know if a lot of people know about it. Let me find it. It's from Evolutions, but it has Rayquaza in the background.
I was just about to say, is that a Rayquaza at the top?
Yeah.
And that's a promo?
So, no, it's a common card. I know, right? Sneaky, right? So, and then of course, can't forget about the bro. Ditto. So at some point, I'm gonna get all the Ditto like cards that they did the e-readers where they just put like the Ditto faces on them.
Yeah.
But some of them freak Chloe out, so she won't let me. But
fair.
Eventually, like the Mr. Mime one is truly freaky. And then I got all the bird bros. I'm starting to think, okay, right? Instead of the stained glass birds, that's too long. Bird bros.
Right, got it. Fair. Bird bros. Got
The
it.
3 of them, right? Bird bros, and then some other cool ones. I think I got this one off of Poke Olive. The back's okay, but it's a very, very pretty front. And then some Deoxys, some XY EV promos, and then a Reshiram collection. It's essentially all the cards that I really like.
I was going to say, this is just your personal PC. This has nothing to do with the amount of cards that you actually bring to the shows, right?
No. These are cards that I would never bring to the shows. And this is me and Chloe's page. So she wasn't really into Pokemon at first. When me and Hazel started, she kind of was like, eh. Right. And then as it kind of grew, she got into it. So now she's having pages in the binder. So this is our Jesse and James page. So yeah, this is one of her favorites. And then we just picked this card up. I think we have it on our Instagram as well. But it kind of like completes the picture of it. And then my newest hunt is I'm trying to get all the gold outlined XY cards. So I have a few of them. I still need the Gyarados. Then I got the Goldingo, the completed Goldingo, because I think it's really cool. Let's see what else we got here. I have all the. This page is like it's kind of like a filler page, kind of, but it's all the double star.
Right.
Yeah, more modern, but it's like the 2-star gold cards that anything that kind of passes me by that I'm like, oh, that's really cool. So I just kind of put it in here, and then if I get another one, the rule is then I have to take one out. So it kind of keeps it like a continuous like flow of things, but it's cards that I really enjoy. So it gives me a chance to appreciate them for a little bit longer before they have to go out the door, you know. Then some other random ones that I really like, and then another Pikachu page. I think I got this one in Bristol at the Bristol Card Show, but it's the reverse e-reader Pikachu. Super cool. And then some other Pikachu promos and other fun stuff. And then this is a Chloe page. These are all the trainers. So it's like, it's like Ethan and Lily. I can't really see Lily very well.
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. And then I love the Lieutenant Surge. And so Penny, and then Twilight Masquerades, Clive. Yeah. We're looking for sleeper cards, affordable sleeper cards that some people might have that you could pick up for very cheap that are really cool. The Clive card from Paldean Fates is so cool. It's got like, Yeah, it's got the tree and like Clive's like hiding behind the tree, spying on everybody, and it's got a bunch of different Pokemon. It's got like all the trainers in it. So like I think it's around like 15. It might have gone up a little bit, but it's if anything that has more than one thing, it's usually a good thing to grab because it's probably going to grow really well.
Right.
Yeah, and I think that's it. And I have all the trainer gallery evolutions, and then I'm starting kind of like an XY series. Yeah, this
nice.
one's my favorite. Chloe made me buy this one because she's like, "Oh, gee, that's me and you," and I'm like,
"Totally, I know it's your favorite."
Yeah, it's not my now it's my favorite. I have to. And then she went. Sorry. Then she went and bought the this one, the Swordsbert and Shieldbert, just because like that's kind of what started the whole Jesse and James phase was this one, and then she was like, "Oh," and then I saw this. It's so funny, but it's yeah. So there's more stuff, and then we have some things that we want to grade in the back. Yeah, just kind of cool stuff at this point.
There's actually one or two
Chloe's page
that I want to ask you about whenever you're ready. Just that I saw on your Instagram because I did get nosy, and I did have a browse through your Instagram. The
graded. Let me get to the graded really quick because those have some of the other Charizards.
I mean, I was going to touch on the graded, so.
Yeah. Can everyone see that? Oh god. Oh yeah.
I feel like we're going to do some serious damage.
Maybe. Other way. There we go. Slide. Yeah. So the EX Charizard from Fire Red Leaf Green, I pulled that one from the stuff that I got from that guy, and then the this is Expedition Blastoise. Same thing. And they're very clean. So at some point I'm gonna get them graded, but we just haven't picked a good time. And then I got the Mewtwo to go with the Charizard, but it's really clean, so I want to get that graded. And then I think is that it? I hope that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, and then just some base set stuff. So yeah.
I mean, guys, if you ever want to just have it go on to DeckDex, go onto the Instagram page and just start scrolling. I was doing that a little bit earlier just to dive into the life, and it's like only in March you're ripping through like 5 or 6 Evolving Skies packs. Like,
yeah,
why?
Yeah,
why is
that's a great question. It's a great question. It was a very poor decision, but it was fun-ish. We didn't get anything from it, but
did you just have them, or did you buy them
Yeah.
and then rip them?
Yeah, so this is the part 2 story that comes in, right? So that's a lot of the vintage stuff, and then some of the kind of like modern-ish around the 2017 times. It all was very cheap. All of it was very, very cheap, and I pulled a lot of stuff. I think I had the Golden Rayquaza. Like, so the first card show that I went to was the Irish card show last October, and I took my daughter with me, right?
Yep.
And I pretty much cleared out my binder. I think I sold some to Yetzi, and then I sold some to Senpai. I sold some to a few other people. I can't remember the names back then, or they didn't have their names clearly labeled, so I wasn't able to remember. And then I sold the rest of it to Boosh. He was like, "Yeah, I'll buy the whole binder." I was like, "Okay."
Fair, yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was like, I think the 3 that I kept back, I had the Lily card from XY. I had the Mega Rayquaza EX, the gold one, and then I had, this card.
Oh.
Yeah. So that was the card show that Cosmic Grading Service had. They were like taking submissions. So I submitted those 3 and then I sold the rest. And like, why not? Just because the Lily, well, it's crazy expensive, so I was like, why not? Because it'll at least keep it safe. Because at the time they were just in like they weren't in one of those like hard case binders. They were in like just a sleeve and a top. You put it through the top, and it's the ones that you can get from Smith's. And at the time it was great, but like when they get to that point where they're valuable, it's not necessarily the best idea to put them in there anymore because like it fills with dust. They get bumped. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like they can still get damaged in those because like if they just jostle, if you fold the page wrong, like
I agree.
And then you're looking at it, it's like, how did they get that dent? Wait, how did they get that? What? That wasn't like that like
I'm getting
yesterday.
very paranoid lately about how I store my cards. Top loaders, anything. I'm just like, oh my god, I could be doing better. I could be doing better. I did want to ask you about one card that I saw
Yeah.
on your Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You have a EX Crystal Guardians graded
Yes.
Charizard. Do you still have?
Yes.
Is that your? Is that in your collection? Is that yours?
Yes. Do you want to see it?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I gotta move my. I have a little setup. You want to see the setup? Now look, it's not organized, right? So do not at me, chat. Do you hear me? Don't at me, chat. See if I can get a good turn. There's the light. Get the light out of the way. Get out of here. So that's my little setup. So all of my graded cards are in the vintage team or vintage fossil stuff. So let me just pull this out really quick. Togepi, survive.
And this Charizard from Crystal Guardians, did you pull this and grade it yourself, or?
Oh no!
Oh, this is just a storage box.
Yeah, it's a storage box. No, to be completely honest with you, this had packs in it. Back, like, look at this. Does everybody see this?
Yeah.
Fossil for 50 cents.
That's
a pack.
Insane.
This is what it was like back then, right? And we all didn't buy as much as we could possibly afford. It's a life lesson. There's life lessons in there somewhere. I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
It's just regret.
Buy things without knowing how valuable they'll be. That's the life lesson.
Exactly, right? Just buy stuff. Open the bets. Yeah, so this is Chloe's card that she likes. It's the Whoopa.
It's a beautiful card.
Beautiful card. And then I have the Mega Alakazam. It's my fave. And then obviously you have to do Charmander because he's very angry at that Pidgey. I don't know what that Pidgey did. Maybe it's just because he's trapped. I think it's just trapped
inside in the nice weather. Yeah,
he just wants to play. He just wants to play. Been there. We've all been there. Then I got of course, the Sleeping Mutie.
Oh, I love that Mew.
That's a Sleeping Mutie.
Yeah, good shout. I like it.
Respect the card. Respect the name. the bird bros.
Very nice. Yeah, I love that card.
And then let's see. Yeah, more bird bros. The Mewtwo, the promo Mewtwo. We were gonna post about this, right? So we had the Japanese version. We were gonna do a post about this, and we actually posted about this, about how it was like exclusive to Japan and all that stuff. And somebody in one of the messages was like, no, that's in the English. And I, honest to God, didn't want to put the energy in to try and explain that the English is a promo and the Japanese is actually in a set. Yeah. So you actually have to pull that card. It should be technically more valuable because you're not guaranteed to like just be able to buy something and own it. I just took it down.
I pulled it in a box break for someone only a couple of months ago.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Pokekai actually, who's in the chat right now. I pulled Pokekai, that Japanese Mewtwo from Japanese 151.
That could have been yours.
Could have been yours. But I'm a nice guy and I give everything away. Well, they bought it, but still.
Yeah, look. At least you gave it to them, right? That's nice.
Sure, I did my part. I give them what they paid for it.
Yeah. So this is the Crystal Charizard.
Yes. How much? So you bought that?
Yeah, I bought it like 4 or 5 months ago, kind of before the market kind of took off.
It's a beautiful, I think I bought it for
beautiful
piece.
It's a CGC3, so it's not necessarily anything to get excited about. I just wanted to own one.
Yeah, I mean, with a card like that, the grade wouldn't bother me too much.
No, like it's the Delta species. So I'm at the moment I'm hunting Delta species stuff, just because I love the artwork. The artwork's super cool. Even on the commons, the uncommons, they're so funny. It's not necessarily that they're cool. It's more that they're like super entertaining and funny. I don't know if I posted up the Cubone. I think that's probably still in the drafts. But I saw this Cubone card. It's like Cubone looking up into the clouds, and it's like the head, the skull of its mother looking back at it. So I paired it together with the whole like the cut through of like the Lion King, where it's like, remember when Mufasa's talking to Simba, and I did like a back and forth with the cuts, with the little tear coming down. Yeah, it was very emotional. I felt very emotionally moved.
I'm sure I would too. Frank,
So,
I want to slightly change the topic, and I want to jump to the vending side of things.
Yeah, let's do it.
So obviously, you built all of that up when you were a kid. Then you dipped back in a couple of times, kept building it up. You had a wonderful uncle who hooked you up with an insane amount of product from the shop. So then you came to Ireland. You got back in
Mm,
again.
mm.
When and why did vending start?
Well, so we went to our first card show to obviously sell those XY cards that I had bought when I was in Ireland because I didn't have my whole entire set over here yet. Just I wanted to see what I could do with it because don't get me wrong, like I love the collecting side of stuff, but I'm an absolute ultra nerd, right? So I'm not just a Pokemon nerd; I'm an ultra Pokemon nerd.
Right.
So for me, I love tracking prices. I love the graphs. I love trends. I love anticipation and like trying to kind of guess stuff and like see moves and where things are going. I for some reason that takes up a large part of my brain and I really enjoy it. So that's been a big part. Even like anytime I would go home from college, I would go through my Pokemon card collection to see what they're worth and stuff like that. It was fun for me. Right, I actually have fun doing that. I'm weird. I
No,
enjoy
I
it a
get
lot.
it. I get it. I get it.
So so when I sold that off, I wanted to see if it was even possible to like make money off of them because like you see the prices and you're like,
Yeah.
can I really get that card for that price? And it was kind of more like a hesitant way of like trying to test the waters to get into it. And then the next show after that was the Dublin Card Show, and I forced Chloe to go with me because I was nervous, right? But I brought that binder, and like I would go around, and I don't know if anybody was in the chat was there the last Dublin Card Show, but it was packed,
It was. I was there. It was.
packed.
Yeah. It was packed.
Like you couldn't even walk around. Like between the tables were rammed, and I couldn't even make it to people, and
Yeah.
they didn't have enough time to even talk to me if I did.
No, I
So
tried to get the camera out. I had to wait for like the last hour or two to try and
yeah,
get anything. So yeah,
me too. I'm pretty sure I was like one of the last people at the door. But then I started talking to some people. Like don't get me wrong, I sold some cards, like a lot of the promo stuff, because it was easy.
yeah,
I had a lot of them, so I just wanted to test like how that interaction, just to kind of learn a little bit from it. So then I tried to sell, I think the first edition Charizard to Crack, and he was like, "Yo, I don't know if I could grade it, so I don't. I thought I'll probably have to pass on it." And then one of the dudes that was working with him was like, "I know someone that might buy some." And I was like, "Really?" So that got me in contact with Trevor. He was at the Irish Card Show. He was at the front next to the PSA stuff. He's a cool dude. He's a really good guy.
okay,
So he spent like, I would say like 4 Fridays coming up to my house to go through the Pokemon stuff, to go through and like price it with me, and like, but he was really nice about it. And so I didn't sell, obviously I didn't sell a lot of the high end stuff because I wanted to keep it for myself.
right,
But I would say he took about a third of my cards that I had from me, but it was a lot of like $10, $15 cards that I didn't know what to do with really, and I couldn't haul them with me everywhere. So like through that, he taught me how to do pricing the way that all the vendors do the pricing,
yeah,
and it was kind of a nice way to make a good like friendship and a contact in that, and it just kind of made me feel a little bit more comfortable to like take that step. And me and Chloe was actually the one who was like, "You should be vending. Like, why don't you vend?" I was like, "I don't know. Like, it's a bit nerve wracking. Like I'm super into it, but I don't know if people like me, that kind of thing."
right,
She's like, "Just do it. Do it once. Like, what's the worst that's gonna happen? Like, honestly, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You have enough cards. Like, people don't buy anything. Like, at least you'll know, and then, but at least do it once." So then, our first show was the Cork show,
okay,
and that was amazing. That was amazing. It was a lot of fun.
yeah,
I didn't realize how much I'd enjoy like just meeting new people and just being able to talk to them about something that I enjoy talking about. But they're also there for the same reason. So there's like a mutual interest. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
of course.
Yeah. So that was kind of the start of it, and then we got into a few shows later. But the summer, there's not really a lot of shows in the summer, so there's a bit of a dead period until like we started like the show season. So I met Tiziano from Collection Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I met him at the Court Card show, and he was like, "Oh, you come to my showroom." I was like, "Where is it?" He's like, "Oh, it's in Clondalkin." And I was like,
yeah.
"Oh, I live in Lucan. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll bring some of my cards." So he bought some of I think he bought the new Neo Destiny, no, Neo Discovery Umbreon. I had that one. He bought that off me. He bought the Shining Mewtwo off me. I had that one. And he bought a couple of other ones off me, and then he's like, "Do you want to help me with some of the shows?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I have some things coming up, and I need some help. Do you want to help me?" I was like, "Yeah," because I was telling him that I was in some shows that were coming up, you know. And he's like, "Well, why don't you just help me get a bit of experience?" And I was like, "Okay, yeah,
so
totally."
So you were at the table with Collection Mania for a bit.
Yeah, pretty much all summer. All summer, I was pretty much with him everywhere. Like he wanted me to do some media stuff with him, so I did a lot of his Instagram stuff during the summer. I think I went to Comic-Con with him,
right,
and helped him out there. Yes, it's kind of funny too, because even like the transition's been a little sooner for a lot of people. So sometimes people come up to our table and they'll be like, "Why are you here? Shouldn't you like be over there?" And I'm like, "Oh no, sorry. I was helping him, and he was helping me, right? But this is my actual one. I was just waiting until, you know."
That's I didn't know the
Yeah.
connection. That's amazing.
Yeah. So like honestly, like I have never I've been around a lot of people, and I've been a lot in like a lot of different like communities and stuff like that. Whether it's like baseball, that's like my main thing, or strength and conditioning, and like don't get me wrong, there's a lot of nice people, but I've like they might seem intimidating,
right?
Maybe, right? But they're lovely people. They're all lovely people, and they're all there for the same reason that everybody else that is there to, you know, look at the cards and buy the cards is that they love it, and you know, it's great to be able to like have these cool friends. It's weird too, because like in the back of your head you'd be like, wait, shouldn't I be like competing against them? But it never actually really feels like a competition. You know, it's actually like a really good like camaraderie. Like at the beginning of the shows, like everyone's going around saying hi to each other, looking at their cards, talking about the cards, like, and it never really feels like there's any like negative pressure. It's always like it's almost nice to see their face again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you haven't seen your friend for a week, and all of a sudden there they are, and you get to talk to them for like 5 minutes, and it's like that's all the catch up that you need. You know?
Yeah, that's. I mean, I love that because James from Kellyogg's, who was on the last episode, said the same thing. He said the atmosphere and the camaraderie between all the vendors, you know, before the show is amazing. Which is, I didn't think there was like a rivalry, but I didn't think it was that kind of almost family feel to it.
Yeah, and it is. It honestly is. Like, I mean, at first, you know, you're always. I think there's like an outer world and like an inner world, and like, you know, outside. When you're outside of Pokemon, you meet people, and you're like, "What do you want?" You know, it's like that kind of thing. Like somebody comes up to you and is like, "What do you want?
Kind
What
of
are you messing with me?" Or yeah, exactly. Like, so don't get me wrong, there are barriers, you know, everybody has those, but they seem easier to break, you know. And it's like no one really seems like they're too big for anybody, you know, if that makes sense. Like everybody is on the same like personal level, and like no one's better than anybody else, and everybody just gets along. There's nothing really to fight about either, you know. So
yeah, well, I mean,
it's Pokemon. What are you gonna fight about?
I said this on the last episode with James. I think you're in an environment where everybody is being open and honest and saying, I like Pokemon cards.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
my name is Frank, also known as Frank the Tank, and I like Pokemon.
but that's it. I think, you know, when you meet people in the outside of Pokemon world,
yeah,
a lot of us might be a bit hesitant to tell them, you know, we're into Pokemon. You can't, you know, talk about it as much. You kind of like
there's nothing worse.
Whatever. But then when you're in this atmosphere, when you're in this area, you can just open up, and I think it's like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody's into the same thing, and you can just let free.
No one's going to judge me for what I'm about
Exactly.
to say.
Exactly. But that's the thing, because they're all here
Oh,
for the same thing.
and I'm sure a lot of people can agree. There's nothing worse than being on a night out and like just really want to talk about your Pokemon collection and like where you think Pokemon's going, and starting that conversation with someone who's mildly interested because they did it when they were a kid, but they really don't care about it anymore. And about 20 minutes into that conversation, just see the life fade from them as you just keep talking about it because you can't stop.
No,
you can't stop.
It's the worst feeling. Like, my family will come to visit, and my sister will be like, "Oh, you're still doing Pokemon?" I'll be like, "Come here, and I'll show you this card." And I'm just like, telling them about my pride and joy, and they're just like, "You're an idiot."
There's nothing worse. But honestly, like it's very like I'm kind of I was telling you, I'm a bit of an introvert, and I know that seems wild me saying that based off of the conversation that we've been having, but like I don't know if it's like on like spectrum stuff or what, but like I feel like I'm definitely not normal in that regards. I have a hard time connecting with people and finding something to talk about. And I oftentimes, like, especially in work, I don't talk at all because I don't feel like I have anything to add to a conversation that's like worth it, or that I'm not going to get judged on or laughed at about. So I just rather wouldn't talk than anything. So I'm finding the vending stuff is like it kind of fills that cup up where I feel like I can talk and I'm not going to be judged, and the people that I'm around are nice and they're welcoming, and they're here for the cards. And I also feel like it's a good way to like meet and interact with people. There's this one guy especially, and I don't see him very often, but it was the Core Card Show, right? And I actually like, I'm horrible with names, right? But I'm great with faces, so I'll remember the look of someone, but I will always forget their name, But he and I had the same Pokemon shirt, and I remember because it was a 2-day event. So the first day we were wearing the same shirt, and then the second day we weren't wearing the same shirt. So when he came back around, I was like, "What's going on? Did you not get the message? Yeah, where's the shirt? You were supposed to. Was I supposed to wear what you were wearing, or were you like what got mixed up here?" And so I saw him again, and we were actually wearing the same shirt at the Emerald Card Show again. I was like, "This is what I'm talking about.
We're back to normal.
This is what I'm talking about. Back to normal." It's like, and like it could be like 30-second interaction, but like I will remember it. I don't know if he'll remember it. He'll probably think I'm a weirdo, right? But I find that stuff hilarious, and it just makes me laugh. It's just these weird little things. You just get a moment where like they're strangers, but you can see friendship, and it's everywhere, especially these days.
Listen, it's coming back to exactly what I said. I think the fact that we're excited that we're in a bunch of people that are all excited for the same reason, having those little interactions for 30 seconds over wearing the same shirt, or having the same joke with a vendor every time you see them, like little things like that. It's amazing. You probably don't get that anywhere else.
No, you don't.
And vulnerably opening up to, we all love Pokemon cards. It's amazing.
But I think that's it. The second you walk through the door to go into the show, like there's a certain amount where you are a bit vulnerable, but there's a bit of a fresh air. Like there's a breath of fresh air, and you can see it. Like whether people come to our table or not, I just like looking at people in the crowd, like all the kids having a great time, all the adults. Like there was one time it was like 2 or 3 guys, and they were friends, and they were just having a really really intense chat about the cards that they were going to go through. And I could literally just see the little kids, right? Having this, they transformed into little kids. They were full grown adults, but they were kids again. And I'm like, this is so cool to be able to see,
It is. And so my friend Andrew, AR9 collects on Instagram. Every time we're in the show, it's just constant, oh my god, look at this card. Oh my god, look at this card. Oh my god, look at this card. Oh my, you don't get that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, oh my god, look how much.
Get over here right now.
After buying a card for 200, it's honestly,
you'll never guess.
It's crazy. All right, let me do a quick.
It's funny that you said that. So yeah,
no, go ahead. Before I go to the chat.
It's funny that you said that because even one of my lifelong friends, Brett Johnson. I don't know if you're watching, Brett. You're probably not because he doesn't do Instagram or YouTube stuff. But I will send you the Instagram thing and the YouTube stuff. However it is to watch this, Brett, I'll send it to you. But like, you know, a lot of the times, like, especially in Ireland, because I'm so far away, like, and I'm so busy all the time, I don't really get a lot of chance to make friends. And you know, I'm so far away from all of my friends back home that there's really no time. Like, you almost have to call them, but there's a 7-hour time difference. So like, I don't really get a chance to like connect with any of my lifelong friends that I grew up with. Like, the odd time, they all came to my wedding last year, which was really nice of them. And thank you guys for doing that, because it's great to see your faces. But Brett is the only one that he's kind of into Pokemon cards, and I only found out that he was into Pokemon cards because I suddenly dropped a hint that I was into Pokemon cards as well, when he, on an off chance on a random message, you know, and so like literally me and him have been back and forth, like, ooh, look at this, did you see this one up? Or, oh, look what I just got, like, you know, like just random at random times, but like he's been a lifelong friend, but it's been a way to like be able to connect it. So like, I know it's just cardboard, guys, right? And it's shiny cardboard. It's pretty shiny cardboard. I say that to everybody, but there's so much more behind it that just allows you to enjoy it more. It's not even that you enjoy the cards, which I do enjoy the cards, but it's what the cards bring.
Absolutely. Like a lot of the time I'm at the show and I mightn't even be looking at cards for like an hour.
Yeah.
Or just talking,
too busy chatting,
having fun. Honestly, like it's amazing. It's such a fun space. I love going to the shows. I'll drive for 6 hours each way, and I'll just chill at the show. I love it. Let me do a quick catch up on the chat here.
Yep.
Okay, what do we got? Andrew says, I love Pokemon. Join the club.
Me too, buddy. Me and you both.
Funny when you tell someone you own a high price card and they look at you like you're mental. Yeah, They don't get it. They don't get it. I think Pokemon has become a lot.
Or they do one of these. Cool.
Yeah. Oh wow. Very good.
Wow. Cool.
A lot of my friends are very interested in the cost of cards. Yeah, I mean that. I know it would be kind of the part where you grab some interest. If you have someone who has no interest in Pokemon, you say, "Oh, you know this card's worth 300." Then you might get a little eyebrow raise, like,
"What?
Huh?
What do you mean?"
Talk to me.
I think I have some of those at home actually, and like they will go back home and they'll look it up and they'll be like, "Is this worth anything?" I'm like, "That is a common card."
4 common Charmanders that are folded in half. Oh, thank you.
Is it worth anything? Is it worth anything though?
Yeah, I'll give you €5 for it. A good job.
Just because I feel bad.
Or you tell someone the value of a card and they're like, "Oh, you should sell it straight away."
Yeah,
because they don't get the collectible.
That is literally my parents.
Yeah, because they don't get.
They're like, just sell it all, and I'm like,
no.
What? But they're like, yeah. Well, why don't you just sell it all? And I'm like,
then I'll have nothing.
But how would I have enough cards to go to the next show if I sell it all?
Yeah, true.
They're like, well, you could just get more, and I'm like,
sure.
How?
Any fossil boxes lying around?
And then they're like, oh, with the money that you sell them all with, and I'm like, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing, guys. Thanks, though.
Yeah, I appreciate the support.
Yeah.
Who we got? Carla, my mod, is finally in. Thank you for actually doing your job.
Finally.
Dr. Aditya. Hello, everyone. Love from India. Thank you for coming in. We appreciate it. Happy Saturday. Question from Phantom
Is it Saturday?
Pulse.
Is it Saturday?
I'm assuming time zone. It could be Saturday in India.
Look, I don't know what day of the week it is. So.
Yeah. I mean, I work 4 days and my last day is a Saturday, so I don't know what days are.
The only reason why I knew it was Friday is because of this. That was it.
Because I reminded you every single day that you were on a podcast.
Yeah.
Phantom Pulls, if you could vend or attend any show in the world, which show would it be?
That's a great question. So,
vend or attend?
Vend or attend?
Make that 2 questions.
I will make that questions. 2 questions, 2 answers. We thought it would be fun to go to the UK, and it's not. Okay, so maybe to attend the London card show, especially the EXO, that would be super cool because it's like 300 vendors or something like that. It's massive. The UK market is crazy. They have shows like the Ireland card show or the Emerald card show. They have that every week, all year round.
Right.
All year round. And it was like we went to the Bristol's card show, which was a big show. But what we found out is us traveling to do card shows like that is a massive overhead. I think we had like a 1,300 overhead, and that's with the tables plus the flights plus the car rental plus the food and all that stuff. So we had to sell 1,300 euros worth of cards to break even at the start. And that's not only including the stuff that we bought for ourselves and all that stuff. Like, so luckily I think we ended up netting even. Like, there's a lot of like movement, and we took in a lot of cards that we brought over. But it's just a different market. Like, we had to price everything in pounds, and like on card market, you have to like eliminate the EU because the EU prices are completely different than the UK prices, like entirely. And there's so many vendors and so many people that like buy from there and like price from there that if you price with EU, it's going to be wrong. And there's enough people over there that follow it and do this on a week in, week out basis that they will know that it's wrong.
Right.
And it's just a bad look. So you have to put the extra effort in. And like it was cool. We met a lot of cool people. There was a guy that he was kind of on the fence about whether he wanted to start doing vending stuff, and I told him I'd help him out, like with shout outs or anything. So he started his own Instagram stuff, and I got on that track. So like you just meet nice people,
right? And
the like we were like back to back with some dude. By the end of the weekend, we were really great friends, and he's a card vendor. I think he has a card shop. I can't remember where. Like I said, I'm horrible with details. Sorry. But he was a really nice guy. It was just nice to be able to see the other side of that. So, like the UK, I would say the UK would be the nicest place to go if you're looking to go to a show, like the London Card Show, like, or even like Southside, Birmingham, Bristol's, like places like that where you can do a bit of sightseeing and a bit of Pokemoning. I want to go to Japan at some point. That's like my bucket list is go to Japan.
Same.
And just go to just literally be able to spend endless amount of time and probably a large amount of money.
Yeah, I think that's the key part for me. Is
yeah. So like I want to keep that realistic because you'd hate to go over there and just only be able to buy like 3 cards.
Yeah. No, I get
there will be no restrictions and a credit card involved, and that credit card will be burned by the end of it.
I'd apply for a brand new credit card before I even go.
Yeah, that's it.
Just brand new
credit. What credit? Don't care about credit at this point. We got Pokemon.
Plus a loan, so they can't see any statements of what I spent.
Exactly. Well, you know what? You don't want anybody asking you why you spent somebody else's money on a lot of cards.
Exactly.
I think on the vending side of stuff, we were looking at a couple of options, and I think a few of the Irish vendors went to the it's in Germany. It's like once a year, and I think it's. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a big card show in Germany, and it sounds like that one is a really good one to go to for vendors, just based off prices and all that stuff and availability. Okay. So I'd say like we'll probably try and branch out. Like it's kind of a fun way to have a holiday. I know that sounds weird because you're stuck in a room in a different country for 2 days and you actually don't get to go outside and see that country or do anything really because you're still pricing and like then I think you're still pricing in the hotel room and stuff
getting
like
ready to go again the next day.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's not really much of a holiday, but it is a holiday. So that would be really the only reason why we would go outside of Ireland is to just kind of like have a Pokemon holiday where we just at least get out of the country for a bit. But we went up after we went to the Brussels. We went up to Belfast for the first card show in Belfast, and that was class. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. They did it in a pub, Lavery's pub.
Lavery's, and they're again in like 2 weeks, right?
And we will be there again. We had so much fun. Literally out the door, I'm like, "When are you guys doing this again?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't know. I think in December." I was like, "Sign me up. What's it gonna cost?" They're like, "Oh, I think it's about the same." Like, okay, whatever it is, just let me know and I'll pay it. Like, I'm coming back. And it wasn't like we did okay. And we took in a good cards, but like it's just mainly like it was in a pub. There was music going. It was great vibes and atmosphere. Like it was outside as well, and it felt so cool being out there. Like it was just an unreal experience. So
yeah, I have tickets to this one, but something came up. I was looking forward to go. It looks pretty cool, but I can't. But it looks good, and I definitely want as soon as they announce another one, I'll be buying my tickets because it looks great.
I'll hold you to that, dude.
Yeah, no, please do. And once you get me those vendor pass free VIP tickets, good to go. Oh, good to go.
Dean, look, you're not the only person asking for that stuff. All right. And
No, but I'm the only person
if
deserving that. So there's a difference.
you're supposed to ask me after the show, right? Not on live where I have to
Fair.
say yes
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Sorry.
no. I'm absolutely going to say no.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Apologies. I'll text you after, and we'll talk again. All
Yeah,
right. Let me.
we'll see.
Let's because I want to take some questions to the chat. Before we do,
Yes.
let's maybe go towards a bit of a wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
What is the near and far future looking like for DeckDex? Is there anything beyond vending? Is there collection continuing to grow?
Yes.
What? Talk to us. Is there any plans?
No plans.
Just take it as it comes. Just keep enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, like, so this, if how deep into this do you want to get?
I mean, as deep as you're willing to go.
Well, say no more. No, like, in most like small businesses, like as they grow, like it's kind of a weird point because you either have to smash through certain thresholds to make it financially viable to continue.
Yeah.
Which means like pretty much turning this into a full-time job, which would be amazing. And at the beginning, that's kind of what I thought I wanted.
Okay.
Was to like get the online store and like, sell cards on Card Market and do shipment orders and then just be able to work at home and all that stuff. But like the more I'm doing it, the more, like there are more vendors coming in. There are more ways to get cards online and more things that are coming out. Yeah. And whether I missed the window, I don't know if I have or I haven't, but it does seem like at the moment, the best idea is just to stay small. Okay. And just to enjoy it. Like the Pokemon stuff for us, we built it up to a point where it just kind of takes care of itself. Like it's not our money being put into it anymore. For a long time, it was like a lot of money. I don't even want to tell you how much, but a lot of money was put into it to just get it to the point where it is. And now it's at a point where like we can go to the shows, we can, between what we sell and what we buy, it's all managing itself. Right. And we're just kind of like there, like we might make it a day's wage, which is kind of what we deserve. And then it all goes into the Pokemon stuff. And then the Pokemon stuff just feeds itself and continues on with itself, just essentially to just let us go to the next show, next two shows, next three shows. So, and like it's fun. It's a fun way of just being able to have fun in the hobby. So for me, that's kind of like where I'm at right now. And I don't really want to plan too big because you plan too big, then you have it gets too big for one person or two people, and then you have to hire people, and then you have to like take care of their wages, their taxes, your taxes, and all that stuff. And you can see after a long time, like it gets to a point where it almost has to be absolutely pumping for you to be able to start even making like salary and wages, like your own wages. You might be paying other people, but you won't like make any money for yourself. And especially at that point, it's pretty much a full-time job for you. So, you have to have the capital up front to be able to even do that. And like the cool thing about the amount of cards that I had when I started was that I didn't necessarily have to have that upfront capital. Yeah. Like I had the unrealized capital, and now it's just being able to turn that. And instead of the way I see it is like, instead of like just turning that into cash and just walking away and having capital, like I'm essentially like taking all those really cool old cards that I had for a long time that maybe I liked some of them. Like I kept all the ones that I like, and like I'm turning the other ones into cool new cards that are either coming out or that I didn't get or that I threw away. Yeah. Right. And it's like starting to cycle through to the point where I'm just being able to collect the cards that I like from the old cards that I had. And that's how it's working out.
Amazing. So you're just enjoying it as it is right now. And
I'm having a great time.
I mean, it seems like it. It seems like it. And I think that's a great position to be in, where it's now taking care of itself. Yeah. You don't have to worry about putting up any more capital towards it. It's doing its own thing, which is, I think it's, I don't know, but it sounds like a great spot to be in.
Yeah. And like, I've been a part of small businesses that have gone under, and like, once they get to certain points, like you can make a certain amount with it. And then if you don't make that certain amount, even if you're close to it, like the amount of tax and stuff like that, like it pretty much cripples you. So you have to be willing to blow through the thresholds with the amount of income and stuff like that to even make it like viable at that point.
Yeah.
So it's always catch-22. So like my father-in-law, his best advice is always just keep it as small as you can and just,
Right.
keep it consistent. So that's kind of what I'm running with, is just trying to keep it between me and Chloe and keep it small, like doing some good trades every now and then, some of the cards that we have, and just, trying to make it last as long as possible.
Yeah, fair, amazing. And as you said, I mean,
Without going broke.
there's,
Yeah.
there's a lot of vendors popping up. I mean,
But that's a good thing. It's a great
yeah,
thing.
no, that's what I mean. And I chat to people personally who have said I'm considering vending, multiple people. So it's I think people are seeing how fun it is, the opportunities that are there.
Well, it is fun, but there are times where it's not fun.
Where you're pricing
Like,
300 cards 2 days before.
Well, that's fun for me. It's not fun for everybody, but no, there was a good stretch where, like, especially after the Bristles card show, because we netted even, right? But like that net even means that we sold 1,300 euros worth of cards, right? That we had already spent that 1,300 euros, so now we were actually negative 1,300 euros
because you had to
cards
restock.
to sell. Yeah, so we had to
right.
restock. So there was and that was right before, like, what was the show before the Emerald card show?
The Dublin card show, right? February?
No. This upcoming. So it was like the Emerald card show, the Irish card show. There were there was a string of like 3 or 4 card shows.
There was the small one that we first met at the Toy-Con in Monastravan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We were absolutely, Chloe not so much. Me, I was absolutely bricking it. I was bricking it because I was like, we just, like, all of our inventory is gone.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, like, I need to find all these cards that I now need to bring to all these shows to be able to even have cards put in front of people to be able to sell without it looking bad.
Yeah,
like,
right.
So like that's the other side of it, is like, like it's great to make sales because then you have buying power, but at the same time, like, once that card's gone, then you're like, what card do I have to replace that card with? Because now there's other people that are looking, and like, there's nothing worse than somebody like looking over your tail and being like,
don't have anything. Yeah. No, I didn't even think of that. I mean, when you told me you broke even, I was like, okay, then that's not the worst. I didn't even think of replacing.
This is what I mean. That's the side of vending that a lot of people don't see, is that, like, selling them is great. Yeah. But then you have to find inventory again. And it's not like you can, like, just, like, you could if you really wanted to, but if you went and bought stuff on like Card Market or like online and stuff like that, like, you have to then reprice it, and to make a profit, like, unless, like, if you're a limited company, you immediately have to pay VAT on anything you buy, right? So then you have to price that up, the VAT, right? So then your cards are super hot and people are going to look at you weird. But really, like, that's the price you bought it plus the VAT. So you're only hoping to make your money back, right? At that point. Or you have to hope that, like, there's somebody out there that wants to sell you cards, and like you have to hope the price and the percentages help you out. And that's really the only way that you're going to continue, is by getting those cards in, and then, like, maybe giving them a better percentage so they'll give you more cards, right? So that you have more cards to put on the table, and you're really actually not making any money. You just are literally just trying to find cards to put on the table so you can be in front of people to say hi to them. Like, that's it. Yeah, to appease the people, the masses. Yes.
So it's not as fun as it looks. At times it is, and at times it isn't, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like any business, but I think that's one of the sides that not a lot of people see, especially like when people go through and they look at, like, people's prices. It might be a hot price, right? But you don't know why they're selling it at that hot price. And it could be that they bought it and they just want to put it out there, and they probably want to try and make a percentage off of it, but they bought it at a high value, and it's either gone down since they bought it, but they can't afford to actually, like, as a business, put it as less because they would take too much of a loss. So there's so much thinking about that stuff that goes behind the cards, and that's the nerdy side of it that I really like. Right? It's not just the charts and the graphs. I love charts and the graphs, but it's the big business, like the planning, evaluating, like thinking forward, picking cards that I know I will move well on top of, like, what are good prices and things like that, to make sure that, like, by the time the cards get to the table and you're looking at the cards, I feel like you're going to be happy when you look at the cards and the prices, and they're going to be cards that you want to look at.
Yeah. That makes so for now, keep it small.
Yeah, keep
Keep it
keep
small.
it small. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Fair. No, I appreciate that. That makes a lot of sense now because as I said, when you said you broke even, I was like, oh, not the worst.
Mm.
But then, yeah, you got to replace all that now.
Yeah, and if you want a bit of insight, I don't know if I'm going to go a lot of flack about this, but I've also said a lot of hot things anyways today, so I might as
We're
well just
alive,
keep
so
it
you
going.
can't take it back. So you may as well
Yeah,
tell
yeah, yeah, yeah.
us.
Exactly. Yeah, can't take it back now, guys. Sorry.
Go for it.
Yeah, like a lot of times, like especially with sealed stuff, like sometimes we'll have sealed stuff and sometimes we won't. You like vendors don't make a lot of profit on sealed stuff. Maybe like 5-10 euros.
I'd imagine that.
That's it.
Yeah, I'd
Yeah,
imagine
that's
because
about it. And even if the price is really high, they probably bought it at about where their price was, and it's gone up about 5 or 10 euros, or they're pricing it 5 or 10 euros up of what they bought it for, so they make a little bit of a profit. So it's not like a net even or a loss, you know.
Yeah.
So like the sealed stuff is crazy expensive. It's really hard to get. So a lot of the times, like if I was to buy it as a vendor, I would buy it at market price with everybody. That's it. And like whether that's distribution, like the distributors, they're raising their prices to the levels that you're probably seeing it. And everybody knows that they're crazy prices. It's not like everyone's thinking that it's like, oh well, I hope nobody notices. Like everyone is very much aware that the prices are expensive, but it's what they're getting it for as well. So it's there's really not much you can do about it. And like we don't like it. I don't like it. I wish I could go back like a year ago. I don't even think anybody remembers like last October when like I think I bought 25 ETB, or I think I bought 25 booster bundles of 151 at discounted prices from Smith's because they were just trying to dump them. Paldean Fates was on sale for like 15 because nobody wanted them.
Yeah.
Like, and they were just trying to dump everything out of Smith's. And like that's the difference of a year. It's literally been a year since then.
Literally.
Yeah. So it all moves fast. It's all crazy, but it's yeah. As a vendor, it's not necessarily as nice and pretty as it looks. It you really have to love doing it, which means that like everybody that you see at those card shows, they're putting an incredible amount of time and effort behind it, and it's not just them being there to try and sell stuff to make money. It's literally this is their passion, and they're just trying to make their passion work for them.
And to do that, you got to put in hours of work.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like work. It really doesn't.
I mean, if you enjoy it, I'm sure. Respect the hustle, respect the fun.
That's yeah.
All right, let's take a couple things from the chat. Right, guys, if you want to start throwing any questions you have in, I see there's a couple of questions there already. If you've got any questions right now is your time to throw them in. If I missed any questions, anything, throw it in. I'll go through. There's a couple there. Let's see what people got. Okay, you mentioned this summertime was quiet for shows. Do you think that's a missed opportunity in Ireland? And do you think that will change in summer 2026?
No, I don't think it's a missed opportunity. I think it's actually a good thing, to be completely honest with you. Everybody needs a break. All right? It's a lot going on. It's a lot of time. There's a lot of effort. Like I remember last summer, me and Collection Mania, me and Tiziano, we did a lot of like pop-up things in like festivals and stuff around Tala in that area. Like that was fun. But it's like once a month, like there's like fairs or festivals and stuff like that. And I know Poke Olive, they do pop-ups outside and stuff like that. It's just really hard to do when it rains all the time because they're cardboard. And if they get wet, they're damaged. So if you want to go outside to sell these things, you have to take on the risk of actually damaging all of your inventory and ruining everything to be able to go outside. So like risk reward kind of stuff. And then I mean, maybe we could get a bit of summer things. I think there's talks of things in June,
right,
and stuff like that. But the whole entire market in the summer goes down anyways. It's when everybody wants to go outside, so they're not spending money on Pokemon anyways. So like if we were to do shows in July, like the whole market would be down. So as an entire like vending community, we would almost be guaranteed to be taking losses from the cards that we took in during the winter. So it would be good because there'd be more shows. Maybe we could get more cards in, and then we'd be able to like help even that out in that regard based off what happens in the fall. But everything's so cyclical and everything is like very volatile right now, to the point where if we did some shows, maybe we would do shows in Europe. But I think for now, like the Pokemon community in Ireland, it's growing super fast, but it's not that hungry yet, you know.
Okay. What what about the increase in vendors, which I think is, I wouldn't say it's rapid, but there's definitely an increase in vendors, right?
Yes.
So do
Well,
you
I'm
not?
one of those.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I'm new. Like I'm only in this a year-ish and some change, so I still consider that being new. You know.
do we not think that if there was a couple shows in the summer, not necessarily as big as the ones we've had over the last couple of months, but it would give, you wouldn't necessarily have to do all of them if there was enough shows that you could almost pick and plan your year. Am I making sense? Like, would it not
No, yeah,
just give
totally.
you the freedom to be like, okay, there's
Yeah,
one in the summer, let's do that before we go on holidays,
yeah,
and then we can skip one of the big ones, and
yeah.
then would it not just give more
Mhm.
flexibility, more freedom, or am I way off here?
I don't think we're there yet to even know, because if we look at last year there were 3 shows,
Yeah.
and this year there's 12. So we've gone from three. We've like what 4x the amount of shows this year in Ireland alone,
That's
and that's
true.
only been in the last couple of months. So I think, like the need is growing, the vendors are growing, which is great because it kind of helps like distribute the need, so it's not like we're getting slammed by 300 people at one time while all the other
Yeah.
vendors are getting like slammed by 300 people at one time, because it actually just doesn't make it fun for anyone, because if there's too many people at one table, you're waiting for way too long. It's like the Dublin Card Show all over again. And it's not that there were that many people there, but it's just they're tight spaces you can't get through, and it gets claustrophobic, and it's so uh yeah. Like I think what I can definitely see in the future is there's probably going to be more card shows in more places to reach people that aren't necessarily wanting to travel to the
Yeah.
Dublin area and region. Like Belfast, great. Cork, great. But we're talking about like Galway, Limerick, like Kilkenny, like
Yeah.
everywhere else that people have to drive to. Like I'd say, as the vendor like it grows, it'll force vendors to want to go and vend in those outer regions, and new vendors in that area to pop up as well that are willing to either host like events like in Monasterevin,
Yeah.
right? Like we've done 2 shows there. Like we've been asked to do a third one there. Like it's a small town hall, but it's still like we still see about 200, 300 people that walk in a small
Yeah.
venue, and it does the job and it serves a purpose, and the purpose is just to have people come in and look at our cool cards. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say that I wouldn't see a lot of more big events pop up, like you said. I would say I would see more events in town, like in like gym halls or community halls
Like the
that
smaller.
are, yeah. And
Yeah.
those might be more often. And those would probably
Mm.
serve to like the vendors that are in that region and area. And then they would kind of be able to start creating like rapport with the people around them. So it kind of starts to create an ecosystem where right now it's grown so fast. It's just kind of like rabid. It's like a rabid
It,
animal at the
it
moment.
really is, because as you said, we had what, 3 or 4 shows last year, and now we're at what, 14 roughly.
Yeah, 12, 10, 14, something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't see that growth slowing down.
No, I don't either.
We see 20 shows next
Yeah,
year,
well, I mean, me and Chloe are
including
talking
small
about
ones, right?
hosting one. Like, we want to host one around the Clondalkin and Lucan area. Like, we're trying to find venues, and like we're even like looking at places to do pop ups and stuff like that. Just
Nice. Yeah.
just to find time to like fill it in, like the times in between. And I think this year was particularly kind of abnormal
Yeah.
because not a lot of events I don't think anybody even knew to talk to anyone about what was going on, because I don't think half the time, by the time somebody said that there was going to be a date for a show, like there was one show, I think it was this summer, I think it was one of the. It was the one where I think it's City North Hotel. It was like a gaming one, but there was also a Comic
Right.
Con one at the same time, right?
Yeah,
But it
yeah,
ended
yeah.
up splitting the people that would go to for the Pokemon stuff in two, and it really hurt the vendors that time. But that's just a lack of communication between the event staff on those two things. But I don't think anyone ever thought that maybe we all need to come together, all the people that are organizing these shows, and actually start mapping out equal increments amount of time throughout the year, a, to provide enough people enough time to save in between
Yeah.
those, and B, to be able to like actually fill the year out at an even space, so it doesn't like take so much out of the vending. Because like I'll tell you what, man, this is like this weekend it'll be like a third or fourth show in a row, and like I'm like dreaming Pokemon cards, and like especially with, yeah, leading up to Christmas. I know everyone's trying to get it in because everybody's leading up to Christmas, and
Yeah.
between like the middle of Christmas and the end of January, everybody's out of money, so like there's been no point to do that. Yeah, but like there, I think the first thing that you'll see before more shows pop up like that is I think there'll be a better communication between the event organizers as to how to space out in a way that is both respectful to each other's events, um, and not turn into the UK. And there's nothing wrong with what the UK is doing, but I think that is exactly what has happened, is that everybody just started doing card shows, and
Yeah.
then because everyone was like, oh well, I can do a card show. Well,
Yeah.
I can do a card show, and then you look at it and it's like you can literally pick and choose what weekend you want to go and where, and there'll be a card show there. But at the same time, it's so draining. You can see it on the vendors, like it's draining.
I can
Draining.
imagine. I can imagine. But then, so if we're talking about the card show organizers, communicating and saying, hey, ours is here. You know,
Mhm.
maybe you don't want to have yours here, so we don't clash.
Yeah.
Where autumn is show heavy, and I believe February, March,
Mhm.
April next year is show heavy. So
Yep.
if someone wants to find a bit of space, does that not just leave the summer?
That does leave this summer. You're right.
You know what I mean?
So
And
and
especially if they're
that
gonna
could be the
gonna
change.
pick a place, more towards the center of the country, or more towards the west or the
Mhm.
north.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's opportunities there. You could see one that's
Yeah.
in the kind of northwest, and you're like, nope, skip that one. I'll
Exactly.
build up stock and then go to this one.
Yeah. Who
Uh,
knows?
it's going to get
Like
to the point where it's going to be too clustered in autumn and
yeah.
spring, and they're going to have no choice.
But the thing is, like the planning for this stuff, it starts like pretty much if whatever card shows are going to happen next year is starting to be planned now, especially on
Right.
scales like that where
Yeah.
there's like thousands of people in big hotels and stuff like that. Between having to rent the space out, get the upfront capital, talk to people that are going to help sponsor it, then you have to worry about security, insurance, and all that stuff, and then everything has to get approved, and then you have to go through event planning. Like it's not that you can just decide that you're going to do it one day and then just be like, oh look,
Yeah.
here it is. Like I'll just put a few bob into Instagram marketing and we'll see how it
A
goes.
couple months later, yeah.
Yeah. So I think this fall was kind of an eye opener, and I think a lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of vendors have been talking about it, and I think that I don't know if it's one of those things where it's early enough that things can be talked about and arranged in certain ways to help kind of space it out as needed, or if it might not even be until like the following year,
Yeah.
like where the ball's already been rolled, and you have to stop it first. But in order to do that, you still have to do it because you just got promised the same weekend as the last year, and it's a lot easier to do that. You've already said yes,
Of
so you're
course.
already locked into that. So it might be like a 2 year. In 2 years, I could probably see it being like a very even spaced out where everybody can be able to do that. But it'll take a little bit. It's just because it happens so fast.
Yeah.
It's too fast to be able to stop what's happened.
To get a
So
bit of control over it. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. All right, we've got another question there from Evan. Do you think vending in Ireland will move more into slabs when PSA opens up in Europe? Card shows in UK and USA seem to have a lot of vendors who are slabs only. Do we think we could see that here at some point?
Maybe if the only reason, right, why people have slabs is because people buy them. That's it. But I will tell you this: I have not moved slabs for like 2 or 3 shows. Like, a lot of
As
people
in,
look at them.
As in you haven't
graded
brought
cards.
them, or they just don't move.
No, they don't move. They don't sell.
Really?
Like they don't fit in a binder. Like some don't get me wrong. Some vendors and some stuff. It depends on what you have, right? But for the most part, like I haven't really moved. I might have moved like one or two, and
Are
I
they
don't think a lot of people
PSA?
want. Yeah, PSA, CGC, everything. Like we have a good selection of all the different types of grading, so that if anybody likes a certain one, and it's the card that they're looking for, like it's a lot of it's about getting in front of the right person at the right time with the
Right.
right card and with the right price. So like
Of course. Of course.
like,
And
but
then
like I think everyone, especially in Ireland, honestly, myself included, I prefer having raw cards that I can put in my binder because they're easy to look at.
yeah, I get that.
That's it.
But do we think that, let's say PSA comes to,
Mhm.
I think it's Germany in the summer,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Are we going to see more people then start to grade, then more people start to collect slabs, then more of a demand for slabs from card shows? You guys are getting offered slabs
Mhm.
for trades and sales. Could that
Mhm.
slowly develop into? Because I mean,
Yeah.
you could only have
Well,
vendors want to sell slab only if there's a
yeah,
market for it. And as you said, right now you haven't seen that.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely a market, but it's smaller.
Yeah,
Um, there is a card grading company in Ireland. Cosmic Grading Service. They're in Roscommon. You can actually drive and
yeah.
give them your cards, and they can grade it. And I have a bunch that I got graded with them, and everyone's like, "What are those?" It's like, okay, well, that's not good because that's in Ireland. You don't have to send it to PSA. It doesn't take a couple months, and nobody wants to use them. Like Ace is UK. You know what I mean? Like they started the same way that this Cosmic Grading Service did, and
Right.
like there's just more people in the UK. So it's easier to kind of get a name for it. But I like that's the only, like I've had those graded cards. Like I didn't even bring those graded cards to bring to the PSA submission, and I probably would have been the first one because it was a vendor, and I didn't do it because I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
what's gonna happen. Like especially with the new PSA slabs and how easy they are to crack, and the PSA buying the cards as soon as they grade them, or
I don't like that.
not even grading them, just telling you what they would grade at, and then giving
Yeah.
you a price if they can buy it. Like there's something fishy
Yeah,
about
I
it. There's
don't
something
like that
weird
at
going
all.
on.
I don't like that at
And
all.
I've talked to a couple of people about it and just kind of see their perspective. And some people say, oh, well, they're just trying to like get control of their market and stuff like that. And I understand that, but at the same time, too, it just feels like it's almost like a conflict of interest situation where I don't think you could necessarily be able to sell the cards that you're grading, because what's stopping you from having somebody say okay to a card that you haven't even graded yet at a certain
Yeah.
price, telling them as a professional that it's going to be graded at this, then actually turning around and grading it as 10.
So they can,
It's
yeah.
their card
That's
now. They
that's
can do
my
whatever they want with
that's
it.
my biggest concern. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if that, if PSA come and that's an opportunity, I don't think I would sell. I think I just, no, I want my card. Give me
Yeah.
my card.
Yeah.
Um, but just a quick one, because TCG Sean's in the chat and he agrees.
John!
He agrees. Slabs struggle to move. Sometimes you can get a big trade. Anything he's noticed above kind of the 150, it can get harder
Yeah.
to move.
Yeah. And see, that's one of the things too that I noticed right away is like I remember walking around seeing like $200, $300 cards, and I was like, oh god, I need to start getting like 200 and 300 and $500 cards. And then I got a couple, and I still have those. And all the other cards that I've gotten that are like 10, 20, 30, like they've had no problem, right? No problem. Like people like them, and it feels like it's touchable, it's affordable, it's a cool card for them. And they look at like that the Flareon, right? That Flareon has been there since Cork, and that was
Right.
over a year ago. Like everyone's like, "Oh yeah, great, that's
It's
such a cool
amazing.
card."
I'm
And then
not
I'm
buying
like,
it.
"Do you want to buy it,
Yeah.
please?" Because I really don't want it anymore. So I mean, I'll probably, like the next card show, I'll probably just take the price down. Like that price is a good price for that card, but and that's what hurts is like the only reason why I can put the price of the card down is because I owned it originally. But if I bought that card, right, and I'm expecting to be able to sell that card at that price, and then it just stays there for ages, I'm every card show that I go to and I don't sell that card, I'm taking a loss, essentially. It's an
Yeah.
unrealized,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
and
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. It's
it's in the
funds held
case,
up, right?
but
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's the same things with the slabs. Like, yeah, $1,000 slab, it looks super cool. Everyone's like, oh yeah, that's great, but
Well,
good luck.
let me give my opinion, and again, this is coming from a
Mm,
non-vendor point of view. So right now, the majority, and this is just from seeing people on Instagram, from talking to people, the majority of collectors in Ireland don't have a lot of slabs, right?
mm,
Because number one, it's the known thing in the world of Pokemon that PSA is the place to go, right?
mhm,
BGS opened up recently. A lot of people don't like the point fives, right? I think when PSA hits Europe, I think
mhm,
we're going to see a lot more people because the like that's it's this is a small example. But let's take the Ireland
mhm.
card show that just went. There was a queue of people waiting to send their cards off to PSA.
Yeah.
So I think there's a lot of people that want to grade their cards. I know, for example,
Mhm,
Andrew, my best friend's in the chat. He's always
mhm,
talked about grading, but he's waiting to do PSA. He does also
mhm,
say the PSA thing stinks. I agree. We just said it with them wanting to resell your cards.
mhm.
Um, but I think once people can start grading easily with PSA, I think more people will start collecting PSA slabs, and then that may lead to, someone buys,
Mhm,
someone pulls their second Charizard SAR from Phantasmal Flames, gets both of them graded.
mhm,
Now there's potentially someone that can look at your €1,000 slab.
mhm.
That's just the way I see it. I think
Yeah.
people will grade more and slabs will become more popular in Ireland when we see PSA. I just don't think a lot of people are gonna go
Yeah.
to CGS, Cosmic, and BGS with the point fives. Ace right now is a customs issue, where you
Yeah.
got to do like 20 card minimum. So that's my guess. I could be wrong. Maybe some people in the chat are going to tell me I'm speaking nonsense. That's my guess.
No, you're totally right. Like, there is going to be an influx. Don't get me wrong. There's absolutely going to be an influx, but I think what then is going to happen, there's going to be a lot of change in buying as well. Whereas, like, people won't buy cards unless they think they're going to get a 10.
Right, you're going to have more people
Then
looking at
the
the
Yeah,
investigating with a magnifying glass at your table,
yep,
right? Yeah.
pretty much, and be like, oh, this isn't going to 10. I don't want to buy it. And then, like, you'll have the people that are casual collectors that'll just buy it because they like it. But like, that's what happens in the US. Like, you can go to
I see
GameStop and you
that.
can grade your
Yeah,
cards.
I
And then,
see
like, you
that.
look at like the shows of like the people on Instagram. They're like, nah, like,
Yeah,
and it's like a
I
cool card, and it's
see it a
like,
lot. Yeah. Well, let
wait, why
me.
did that person not want to buy it? And like, that's what it is. They're there to look for a card that they think that they can go and buy at the price that you set it at, and then be able to like triple it by putting it through grading and
Yeah.
pricing it, then going back to you, right? For you to buy the card that you just sold to them at when they did all the work to put it as a
Yeah.
grading, and then it's almost like they're like trying to like, blah, blah,
Just yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, and like the issue then is, and this is where sometimes there's a lot of flack, especially online, especially on Reddit, and the other one things where like people are complaining about like vendors like trying to price cards for what they think it'll grade at, and that's what happens when that happens.
Right. So they're trying to
Because
stop you from flipping your on them and saying,
yep,
I know you're going to buy it. You're checking the condition to go get it graded, sell it back to me. Therefore, I'm going to charge a premium on this.
yep. So that's where all of this gets really really complicated, and why like the Irish market right now is in a really good place. It's in a
Yeah,
really good
because
place
we're not
simply
exposed
because
to
that does.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
a
it,
fair
it
point.
is what it is. You buy it because you like it, and if you're buying it and you want to hold on to it, then you're riding the raw price, and it fits in your binder. You can look at it, and it's very pretty, and it's easy to access. Like, has anybody tried to like hold on to more than like 20 slabs? You have to buy like a box.
Yeah.
You have to buy a
Well,
box, and then you have to go through that box, and you have to pull it out. It's like it's not as easy as flipping through, And
yeah.
like some people like it, some people don't. But
Well, for me personally, right now, so those cards that are over my shoulder right now,
mhm,
I've been thinking about it for a while, and I think I want to get all of them graded.
mhm,
And I don't care if someone come back as eights, as nines. I display them there because they're mine. They're my favorite. I love them, and I would love them to sit there in PSA slabs.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
there are going to
Oh
be
yeah.
people, hopefully like me, that I don't mind if some of them come back in a nine. There you go.
Yeah. I
You know.
like. I don't know if
It's a
anybody knows this.
6.5.
It's a 6.5. I don't like, so this card, I know I'm bouncing around. Right. The only reason why I got this card graded with CGS is because it was the easiest for me to do. And I didn't want this card to get damaged.
So
I pulled this card the first date that I had with Chloe.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Fair.
So I was like, this is my wife's card essentially. So when I met my wife, so I
to
have to keep
you,
it protected.
the label meant 0. You just wanted it graded in a slab, right?
Yeah, I just wanted it protected.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it safe. Like that's, to me, that's kind of what it is. Like whatever the card is at whatever stage in its life it is, it won't get worse.
That's fair. Okay, the chat's going to be, we've triggered some people here. Let's jump to the chat. Let's jump. I don't think in a bad way. I'm going to go back to Phantom. We're going to jump through topics here because I don't want to miss Phantom pulls.
Before we go, can I go to the bathroom really quick?
You do what you got to do.
Yes, it'll be really quick. Talk to the chat.
Take your time. I'll talk to the chat. Phantom pulls, I'm going to try and answer your question alone. Speaking of insurance, do vendors insure the stock or cards, and how does that work with cards bought and sold so quickly? It might be a boring question. So I know collectors insuring their own collection is a thing. Maybe not too big here in Ireland, but I know people in the States where they've got, their collections worth 30, 40, 50k. There might be some insurance there. This is going to be after something Frank answers. I can't imagine they're insuring cards that are flipping, just coming to them and leaving again a week later. I can't imagine they're insuring it. I'd be very surprised. Let me come back to Frank on that one. I'd be very surprised. You got mentioned on the telly. Evan is grading next year at PSA. Yeah, I was doing the Beckett for a while. The 0.5 started to annoy me, if I'm being honest. Yeah, maybe it's like an OCD thing or whatever. But yeah, definitely will try PSA when they come. Yeah, I'll be definitely trying PSA. I won't be anywhere involved in that thing where they offered to buy it straight off you, but Sean, definitely be nice to see more slabs available being bought, but also think Ireland isn't the country to drop 500 plus on a card. No, yeah, well, so that's what I'm thinking, Sean, is if, people can get their own collection graded where they pulled something from a pack, it's great, and then they can move it to something bigger, and that might be the doorway into being able to buy these big slabs like the €1,000 slab that Frank has, is if people can grow their collection through grading, right? So, not to say that people are going to necessarily do what Frank was talking about, where they go, investigate to a T, buy it from you, grade it, and sell it back to you. But let's say I've got a couple of cards in my binder, like some illustration rares that are worth 30, 40. I want to go and get the gold Charizard from Phantasmal. Right now, I don't have anything that I can trade, but if I can go and grade a couple of illustration rares and then use them as a trading point, I can take that big card from a vendor, and then you get a couple of slabs that are at 60, 70 that you might find to sell better.
Yeah.
Again, Sean, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think I just think if collectors in Ireland can get more into PSA grading, then the vendors are going to have to keep up with it.
Yeah. No, we will. We will have to. Like we'll see more coming in. The people are wanting to trade in for other stuff, whether it's a grade. Like, and here's the thing: there's so many different avenues and ways to be involved in it. And some people it's the collection, some people it's the value, some people it's the investment, and some people it's just like houses. Like some people buy houses and they just like flipping houses. Yeah. They're doing it up, making it nice and pretty, so that they can flip it to buy another house to do the same thing. That's just part of what can be in the hobbies. People like going around seeing, all right, what 10 can I buy today? Where can I hunt for a 10?
Yeah.
And that's how they enjoy doing it. So it's not a negative thing.
No,
if it came across as a negative connotation, I do deeply
apologize. I don't think that at all. No, I think because everybody's in for their own reasons,
yeah.
Right? I mean, if you're not doing anything bad or wrong or unethical, then you do you.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody watches a lot of YouTube stuff for Pokemon, but my favorite dude, the people that I watch on, there's a few people that I watch on YouTube. Obviously, you do.
Thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Good.
Not
Good.
Pika Pika Pawpaw. So
Right.
and I I don't watch people that don't have like a background in investments or stock.
Okay.
That's it. Pretty much. Because like essentially what you're doing is you're having somebody that does it as a professional, like a professional job that likes the hobby. And like Pika Pika Papa, for example, he's taken the last like 6 years of data of all every month of every day of every card. He's putting it in Excel spreadsheets. He's graphing out over time. And so you're watching the market grow with him. He's giving his advice based off of his experience as a person in finance with that stuff. And then so you're being able to like follow along with him as he's
Right.
seeing as it moves and he's talking you through. So it's like the funny thing is I actually got back into Pokemon this time around because of cryptocurrency. Because I wanted to understand what it meant, what all the market stuff meant, and I was having a hard time finding people that I could understand and all this stuff because it moves so fast and like there's a lot of principles and things like that. And so like I just finded like stock people that did Pokemon and like cryptocurrency people that were also doing Pokemon. And like for some reason the Pokemon side of it, because it was just Pokemon, it made sense, you know.
Yeah.
It's like so like that's pretty much all I watch is I watch uh, chart updates and like drops and lows and like highs and lows and things that are popping off. A lot of it's in the American market, like the TCG, like all the data that you can pull off the TCG. Card market is horrible for being able to pull data off. It really is. Like if anybody goes on card market and you look at the graph, like the graph tells you about a very, very, very small amount of actually what's happening, even like the
Yeah.
current price trends and stuff like that. Because the one most important thing the card market has that is what helps us price as vendors, right? But when we sell it, it's actually, especially in person, it actually is a disservice to us. Is it doesn't tell you on the graph. There's no drop down menu to tell you the prices of the cards at certain grades.
Yeah, that's because that was when I first started
It's
using
it
card
just
market. I was
throws it
confused.
it throws it all up there. So you'll have spikes of like $10 and then like $150. And it's like, okay, well, was that like a PSA 9? Or was
Yeah.
that like an excellent? Or was that like near mint? Or what
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 was
where
that
is this?
spike?
Why is this up here? Like, yeah. And then like this low card is like, okay, well, maybe that was like poor. But so there's a lot of information on there. You have to make a lot of like assumptions that a lot of people don't necessarily make. So it just makes us look bad a little bit, but it's not because like we're just like taking the piss. It's just that the graphs of the data that they have, like they're just missing a few things to be able to help explain that those prices out. Like I've messaged them multiple times being like, can you work in like because everybody that puts cards up on card market, they have to list it as excellent, near mint, poor, and all that
Yeah,
stuff. So you would think that you would be able to have a drop down menu because it's literally categorized
that would be amazing.
what grade it is. Just have a drop down menu, right? All the
Yeah,
poor cards, just put them all in a graph. Just like be able to show
absolutely.
someone what the graph looks like for all the cards that are poor quality and whether they're going up or down. That's
I'd
all I
love
want.
that.
I
That
don't
would
want
be
them
a
all together.
that would be a
Like it
dream.
just yeah, but that's what I mean. And like I use Polkadata because it's better than price charting. Because price charting is just U.S. market and
Yeah.
eBay. It's mainly just eBay. Like collector is okay. It's kind of similar to Polkadata. Polkadata I'm just more familiar with. It's like more user friendly interface wise,
Yeah.
but it does a lot better. It's like you have to pay for it, but it's actually cheaper for it's like 6 years a month. You
Okay.
get to put your own collection. You get like 4 collections, so you can kind of distribute out like what you want to see, and
Yeah.
then like it'll give you like the 1 year, 2 year, 3 year graph of the cards, so you get to follow that. Then it'll tell you what your overall collection's worth, and it'll keep track of it over the years, so you can see it go up and down, and then yeah. So I use that because it has a lot more ability for me to like break things down from what I have and be able to see what's going up and down and like where like it'll tell you like percentages up, percentages down, market up, market down. And like it just gives you a better understanding so that when you go into card market, like and you see like a card that you have in front of you, you get a feel of like the market, then you also get a feel of like what like, because it's never. I was trying to explain this to a mom the other day too. She's like, so this is actually the price of the card. I was like, well, let me just put it this way: it is a price for the card that I feel comfortable with selling it at, and it's not that there is a sticker price to any of the cards. There really isn't, but it is a stock. Really, it's a stock in that regard that I'm willing to sell this card at this price, and that's where I want to exit at. And if somebody wants to enter at that price, then that's the price. And there's other people that are willing to undercut that and overcut that, so it adds like kind of a personal touch to it all. And there is a lot of like exchangeability, and a lot of the times like people would be like, oh well, could you do like, it usually goes to like a round number, and I'm like, I love round numbers, let's do that. Like and it's not that I've overpriced it for that. It's literally to simplify that it's not really, it is a price, it is not a hard price because it is an open market. And that's the beauty of it, is it's an open market. So like these things can go up, they can go down, and it's good that they go up and down, because if it's a fixed price, that's when things get really scary for a lot of people. We do not want a closed market. We want an open market.
Of course.
We want to have the ability to be able to have some fluctuations, because if it gets fixed, it gets crazy, people. I'm telling you that much right now.
All right, let's pull one or two more from the chat, and then I'm conscious we're just hitting the 2-hour mark right about now.
Are we?
Yeah, I told you this thing goes quick, right?
Whoa.
All right, guys, I'm not going to take everybody because we're coming up on time roughly. Irish Card Depot, welcome in, by the way.
Hello.
Completely agree. When I went over to Collecticon Chicago, vendors constantly well over card market value, and even 40 to 50% over TCG player and eBay sales, just for future speculation. So it's going back to talking about people putting a premium on their raw singles because they're anticipating the flip, right?
But can I, even to talk about that, right? I think what's happening in the US is, so I think they're taking the piss a bit, to be completely honest with you, because I don't think that anyone should be able to speculate what's happening in the future.
So you think they're using it almost as an excuse / opportunity to be able to say, well, hey, it's a 10. Are you're going to grade
well,
it?
Maybe not that, but on the speculation side, and like, to a certain point that, but like, if I'm going to say that a card would get a certain grade, I better be pumping through PSA slabs and have experience being like, oh, I thought this card was this, it came back as this, to get to a point where I know if I look at a card, I know exactly what it would get. Not knowing fully 100%, but probably 80%, I would have a good understanding. If there's a card in front of me, I know exactly what I would get, so I can price it as that. Like, but not everybody's like that, and there's not a lot of people that can do that. And even in the US, there's not a lot of people that can do that either. So like being able to say, oh, I can price this card because it would be this. I learned that very early on too, because I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, well, I think this could be a 7. I could price this. And then that was kind of where that was my my learning curve with Trevor, right? Was that I immediately overvalued all of my cards because I wanted to, because it was my emotional attachment to that and wanting to have a lot of it. And then like as we worked through it, I realized I was like, I'm overvaluing it because I want it to be that price. It's not that it's actually that price. I want it to be that price, and that's what I want to sell it at.
It's your emotions.
So exactly. And that's, I mean, data for me, that's why I love data, is because it doesn't have emotion to it. So that's why I dive so hard into the data and stuff like that. And like the US with what they're doing with the like speculating on what a card's going to do in the past, like if a card is in front of you and you're selling it to a person on the day, that's what the card's worth. Whatever you value it, whatever the market is for that, there's no way what's going to happen in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It could crash, it could spike, and you're like, if you feel like you're taking a risk by putting a card out in front of you, just hold the card back and wait.
For like that's a settled period, I guess.
If it's something that you're like I have, that's kind of like what, like the process that I have. Like I have another binder, right? So this is the feeder binder that goes into the other binders. So like cards that come in, like they don't go immediately from what I go in to what I go out. Like I actually have a process where the really cool cards that I like, that I don't ever want to sell, and I bought them for me, they go in the black binder. And then from the black binder, I'll take some cards out because I don't want to keep too many cards. Those go in the green binder. from the green binder, those cards go out to where the floor would be. So there's a delay process, and that gives me enough time to be able to like have the card, to hold the card, to see what the card's going to do, so that by the time it goes out, if it goes up, great. If it goes down, then that's what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. But at least there's a delay process that I have, and it's systematic, so it's continuous. You know, it's a flow. I love a good flow system.
All right, we'll take one more question, because I did tell Phantom Pulls. Phantom Pulls had a question just while you took your bathroom break, and I said I'd ask you because you might know. So Phantom Pulls is asking about insurance, right?
Yes.
I know from watching certain YouTubers that it's a common practice with huge personal collections in the States to insure collections. The question here was, is there vendors that insure anything on the business side?
I mean, if they're a registered business, probably that's probably worked into their insurance as a business, you know. But to do that, you have to evaluate your total like collection, you know, that kind of thing.
Well, see, that's the question, and that's what Phantom Pulls asked, was like, if you buy a card in off a customer week 1, and then week 2 you're selling it, you're not covering that with insurance. Your overall insurance, is it covering that automatically?
If what you take in goes up and your stock grows, and you set your insurance at a certain amount, if everything goes up in flames, it falls back to what it was previously set at. So every year you have to do an inventory, and you have to reevaluate where you're at, or what you think your overall like price as a company would be, and then you have to insure that price. And as a collector in Ireland, there's really no insurance companies that would do that. I mean, maybe there would be, because I know there's probably some coin, but you have to actually like go to a third party to get like appraisals in order for the insurance company to be able to take your value seriously.
Yeah.
And so like they like in the States, they do that. Like they have people that are paid to go around and appraise this, like card collections, third party for insurance companies.
Yeah.
But like the only downside of that is like maybe you have 1,000, 2,000 in cards, but what's the insurance cost going to be on insuring those cards? And it's probably going to, you know, it just starts adding up a cost of a price that, so like in the mega collections, yeah, people will probably insure that just because it's too much of a loss if they take a hit, you know. Unlike, then you go into stocks, like you can, like, especially with like stocks, I'm pretty sure that you can buy insurance on stock losses and stuff like that. And maybe in the future you can like get to that, but I think for now, just because of what's happening to the market, and because it's crashed before and it's gone up, and it's not necessarily it's crashed, it hasn't crashed, but it's corrected, right?
Right. So we're talking about registered businesses that have a lot of stock. We're talking about personal collectors with huge collections, vendors like yourself that might be around your level. You're not even looking at insurance, are you?
No, I can't afford insurance on that.
I can't imagine there's a point. I mean, if you're turning it so quickly, right?
Yeah, and I would either have to set a set price that I don't even know who I would call. You know what I mean? Especially in Ireland, I don't know who I would even talk to about that. And then I'd assume that, yeah, I'm a vendor, but they would probably need some sort of third party appraisal to actually confirm that what I have is worth that amount, because I can't just set the amount.
Yeah, and just say it's going to be worth a different amount in 2 weeks' time.
It all caught on flame. Please pay me this.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You can start to see how it gets a bit scammy in that regard, without it being like a set thing that is a real like collectible. Like the only closest thing would probably be like fine art,
right,
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, like, but that's been around for ages, and there's people like there are hundreds of thousands. So like I would say that's probably the closest thing you could get to, would considering it be as an art collection and maybe being able to go that route. But just put it in a fireproof place.
Yeah, just put it in a fireproof, waterproof, theft-proof place, and that's your insurance.
Exactly. Yeah, perfect. Bury it.
All right, man. We are just gone over 2 hours. I think we'll wrap it up. Thank you for all the questions in the chat. Thank you, everybody who's in. If you haven't hit the like button already, please do so. Frank, I want to give you a big thank you. And I also want to tell you that this episode is probably the most challenging for me. Because the first... Well, no.
Is it because of me? You can say it.
Number one, it's because of you. No, I'll tell you why.
I knew it.
Because
Chloe told me not to be weird, and I told her I'd try, and I blew it. I knew it.
No,
God.
the first two episodes, I threw myself a couple of softballs because Ron Collects and James from Kellyoggs. Ron Collects I talk to every day, so I know Ron.
Do you? You talk to him every day?
Me and Ron Collects pretty much every day. Yeah.
I messaged him about what we talked about on the weekend, and it is currently available. If you want to follow up on that,
I'll follow up on that. He might be watching, or else he'll catch up tomorrow.
Yeah.
But
Ron,
yeah, Ron,
the Charizard's there, buddy.
The Charizard's
If
there.
you want it.
And then
And I have a second one, Kelly OG.
James,
I know
Kellyoggs.
you're out there.
It's Kellyoggs. He confirmed in the last
Kellyoggs.
episode. It's Kellyoggs. I know, yeah.
Okay,
We've all been saying it wrong.
Look, OG, Oggs. It's apologies on that.
But anyway, as I was saying,
Egg on my face.
I gave myself a couple of softballs. I brought on people that I knew had spoken to before. So this time, me and you don't really know each other personally. We've only spoke at card shows, at tables a couple of times. So this was really me throwing myself in with somebody that I didn't know a whole lot about. My research was your Instagram page about 30 minutes before we got on. So hopefully everybody enjoyed it. You gave a lot of great insights. Amazing to hear you bring over what you know from the States and the culture there and compare and contrast. Amazing to see your collection. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate having you on, Frank.
It was a pleasure. It was great talking to you, and I feel like I know you more.
You do. You know my entire life story now.
Wow.
We'll definitely have you on again if you'll come back on. If we
Maybe.
can get a round of applause in the chat. I want to see a round of applause in the chat so when Frank watches back he can be grateful for the round of applause. There's also a USA chant going on for you right now. We got a couple people saying great episode. Yes, we'll definitely have Frank back on.
Here's the funny thing, right? I had this like brief life epiphany thing, and it's hard to put your life into years, but I've actually been in Ireland for the majority of my adult life.
That's crazy.
10 years. 10 years.
Crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm from the States, but
on behalf of the chat, welcome.
yeah, thanks. I'm a product of here. All right, I am.
That wasn't bad.
This is my home now.
Don't push it. That wasn't bad.
Damn it.
All right. You're getting lots of a round of applause. You're getting some American flags. You're getting the eagle. People love you. You're good stuff.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Frank, we'll leave it there. We'll go to bed. I'll go to bed. I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to go to bed.
I'm going to go price cards.
Love to see it. Frank, been a pleasure. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Thank you.
We'll talk to you again soon. Good night, chat.
Bye, everybody.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
Come say hi to me.
Definitely do. Good night.
Yeah.